All right, Coach, congrats on a win. First time in program history that a UCF team comes back from 5 runs down to beat a ranked team in a matchup. First ranked win for the Pro since 2023. First non-conference win in a couple of years there. Just kind of give us a description of this incredible win.
Yeah, I just like their fight, right? The first inning, we come back and we score a run. I mean, that shows some fight. And then we just stuck to it and played inning by inning, momentum of innings. And Issa in the circle, holy cow. Such a good job. And I thought that our at-bats got better as the game went along. And they're a great pitching staff. They always have been. Coach Larissa does a great job with them. So I was really proud of our fight at the plate. And just our grit in general.
Coach, this is not just the largest comeback period this program has had since 2018. So you getting here in 2019, this is the largest comeback you've had here in your tenure at UCF. Given how long you've been here, what's it like to kind of have something like this that you haven't done yet?
Yeah. I mean, it's huge for our youngsters, and I keep talking about that, but I really do think even our seniors, we're still all young together, right? And so it's just such a great feeling to be able to have those experiences early in the season. I mean, this week is a big test, game by game. And I told them you get to celebrate this win for a little bit, and then it's on to the next game. We've got a big week ahead of us. We got to take it one pitch at a time, one game at a time, one pitch at a time. So, but huge for us to be able to come back and play the game and understand. Like the whole time, all we kept saying is, we have a lot of innings, we have a lot of games, a lot of at-bats, and to be able to hold them in that first inning and then just win, inning by inning after that is huge for us.
What was your...
Isabella, just incredible performance. Gives you a chance for the offense to get going. There's 7 innings, 9 strikeouts. Just tell me what was working for her, and it seemed like she was growing by the minute there, every pitch.
Yeah. She was dancing. She was definitely making them dance with her too. So I love how she was able to use her changeup and then start to throw it out of the zone a little bit more. You saw, their hitters started to kind of take a little bit, and so she started to attack the zone. Then they started to swing a little bit more, and then she started to expand that zone. And so just being able to kind of again dance with the hitters and move with them it was huge. And I'm just so proud of her and excited for her to have that under her belt for this week to come and throughout the season.
What was your message to the team in the middle of that first inning?
I basically just said that, we got to get outs on the ground balls, and we got to get ahead of the hitters, and that was a big thing. That was a message from, before the game of Missouri usually capitalizes on our walks and some of our mistakes, and when they capitalize big. I think every time we've played them, it's been something like this. We were just talking with Coach Cottrell, and so we, to be able to just leave it in the first inning and go on is huge. And sometimes big innings can affect you, but if we leave it in that first and let it stay there like we did, good things can happen.
It was a game full of tense moments. What was the turning point of this game for you?
I think the leadoff double against us, and Issa left her there. Huge. Had a couple good big time strikeouts. We had a good play at third, and then when they came in, the dugout just got them. I mean, they were explosive and electric in there. And so that moment, then we came back and we scored some runs after that, was huge for us. But then, for Caitlin Felton to come in with a 3-0 count and throw strikes, get that out, and then come up, with Crenshaw, who had done a really good job all night, had put a good barrel on the ball the whole night, to just have that mix-up was good for us. So, after that, I was like, we're ready to roll. So I think those 2 moments were big for us.
Huge nights for Stormy and Izzy. 6 of your 7 RB highs right there. Of course, Ray and Cece had to get on base in the first place to help with that, but crazy offensive night for the 4 of them.
Yeah. No, I mean, having them kind of clustered together is a really good thing for us, especially when they feed off of each other and pass the bat. I thought Stormy did a really good job just playing, she's a hitter, and she did such a good job of hitting all sides of the field. She used the entire field tonight, and when she gets like that, it's really tough to get her out. So, and to have those hitters around her, again, we get to reap the benefit of that and score some runs. And when you got the pitchers doing what they're doing, it feels good as their coach.
We brought in Kate in a tough situation there with a 3-0 count inherited, gets out of that jam. Of course, she gets awarded today the Big 12 Pitcher of the Week.
Yeah.
So just tell me about her, A, getting the award, and then B, coming in that situation, the high leverage, and putting a 0 up.
Well, I think, first and foremost with that, for someone that has worked so hard in all 4 of her years, she's always been a part of staffs that have been just very seasoned, awesome pitchers, and to still understand that she's going to pitch in those high leverage moments. Sometimes takes away from her innings, but she understands the Knights are going to be able to have a better chance of winning in those moments. So just love how she's just competed and played the role that we've asked her each game. But to be able to have that confidence, right? Being a the first Big 12 pitcher for 2025, and keep building off of that. There's a little bit of confidence. I think the other team is kind of thinking like, whoa, she's been throwing well. And so I thought it was a great moment for us and a good opportunity. And I know our defense is, ready for her to come in. So just, again, another good matchup for us.
Of course, Maddie Simon sealed the deal. Kendall, of course, getting the winning run on base with the walk. I know you're one to be quite animated on the third baseline there. Just what was going through your mind seeing your true freshman get the winning run on base, and then your transfer come in and get and kind of with the heroics.
Yeah. Well, Maddie, she came here for a reason, and that was one of them. She's the lone player on our team that's played at a World Series, and so she's been in those big time moments when the pressure gets on and there's more at stake. She gets better, and she's been working really hard for it. She made a lot of adjustments in hitting earlier today, and was working on her timing, and so to just get that line drive and the left center gap is huge for her, because that's what she was focusing on. So big for Maddie. And then Kendall Yarnell, to draw the walk like she did, get her team pumped up, take swings. She took a big old hack, and then, rode out that at bat. It doesn't feel like a freshman, and I like that we have that opportunity for, a while now.
Yeah, you've actually had plenty of pretty long at-bats. Ashley had one that felt like, man, is this going on forever?
Yeah, she had a couple, yeah.
What has it been like for them to kind of help teach those younger ones that kind of, patience at the plate?
Well, I think it all goes back into, we talk about eroding the pitcher. So every pitch that we have them throw, we're just kind of chiseling away. And so if, Ashley has an 11 pitch at bat, there's been times where we've had less than 11 pitches in an inning against us. And so that just keeps adding to our arsenal of team versus one, right? So 21 versus one. And so that's where you kind of feed off of that. Like, she had that really good at bat. Izzy comes up with the big hit right after that. And we always say, like, that's that person that's eroding the pitcher prior to, is just getting them ready for that hitter to come up after them.
What does this win reflects the resilience of your team?
Yeah, I think just the fight. Win alone, it's great to win. We love wins, but the fight, like just watching, like I look at the scoreboard and I see like, all right, we gave up a big one. We hate giving up big innings, and we haven't done it yet this season. And so then to just shut them out like that and keep fighting, and like you said, the resilience, it's huge. And this week's going to be tough. We're going to get tested. We're going to face some amazing offenses. We're going to face some great pitching. And so this team's going to get tested every single day. And that's what the Big 12 is too. There's no break. So I think it's good for them to understand that, they're meant to be here, right? And though people haven't counted them in, with our preseason ranking, and we're not top 25 ranking, and that's okay. Right? It's not where you start, it's where you finish. So I love that they're just going to do them.
Got time for 2 more?
Certainly a much better result than the last time you faced a ranked SEC opponent. What would you say is the biggest difference between this game and the Georgia game?
Yeah, I think we played very well in the Georgia game. I just think offensively we looked young, right? I thought our pitchers did a good job because Georgia has such a I mean, they have a dynamite offense, and Coach Baldwin does such a good job with them. So for our pitchers to hold them to those 4 runs, and they had to work hard for them. I mean, they had to work station to station. It wasn't like the big hit that, got them in. And so I felt like there were some small victories within that game. I do think that our at-bats could have been better, and so we learned from that, right? And we took it on, and I think we built up throughout the week. That JMU game, to come back from behind. So when we were in this game, it didn't feel like, whoa, this is the first time this has ever happened before. I don't know. They seemed like they played with a little bit of confidence, a little bit of swag in the the later innings. Like, we still got time.
One more for Coach.
Issa Vega came in after last Thursday, shutting them out for a CSU Bakerfield for 5 innings, and then today shuts them out for 7 innings straight. Can you just talk about how special she is and just how great she's been so far in the season? She's one of the best pitchers so far stats-wise, and just goes out there and shuts them out no matter what.
Yeah. So, I mean, she redshirted last year, and that was a huge decision. I kind of put the ball in her hands, and the ball in her court, to make that decision, and gave her the opportunity. And she felt that she could use that year to really develop and grow. And she worked her tail off to be in this position. We've been talking a lot. We watched the Maddox, and I can't think of the name right now. I'm kind of drawing a blank. But we had all the pitchers watch that documentary on Greg Maddox, and how he talks about the strength in his pitching were the other pitchers with him. And so Greg Maddox is so great, but they talk about Glavine and Smoltz, and we've been constantly pumping into Issa that she could be a part of that 3-headed monster. And you're seeing it with our entire staff. Like, the 3-headed monster, I think, has a different face every day. And so I love how our pitching staff is buying into that and just really rolling with it. And Issa's doing that. She's getting better. She challenges herself in her bullpens, and she's been really working hard in the weight room. So, I think you're going to continue to see her just keep growing and developing, and the best is yet to come.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Best of luck against Liberty, Coach.
Thank you.
One of a kind.